5 reasons God doesn't want you to worry. Matthew 6 verse 34 says, "Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof." Jesus commanded us not to give our hearts to worry about the future. Tomorrow will take care of itself. God does not imply that we should be unreasonable. He wants us to plan, but not to be full of anxiety. The fear of what this year holds is a proof that we do not trust God enough. Let's consider 5 reasons God does not want you to worry. Number 1, He is your sufficiency. Jeremiah 32 verse 27, "Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me?" Our satisfaction, peace, health, and all that we need to sail through this year is in the hands of God. He is the God of all flesh, and there is nothing too difficult for Him to do. If God is your sufficiency, then you don't have to worry about your inadequacy. Because His grace is sufficient in whatever situation you may face, God wants you to present all your matters to Him. You have a God who loves and cares about you. This world, really and truly, does not care about you. Even the job you work at does not care about you, but God does. He is interested in you and your well-being. God's power is sufficient to meet your needs, protect you, and take you through this year and beyond. The God that stood by you in previous years is still there for you this year. His love for you has not diminished. If He saw you through previous years, He will do that again this year. Number 2, He holds tomorrow. Many believers worry because of fear of the future. They cannot tell what tomorrow holds for them. God does not want you to be bothered about tomorrow because your future is in His hands. God knows the end from the beginning. He knows what this year is all about, and you can be sure that you are safe in His hands. The God who does not want you to be worried about tomorrow is the same yesterday, today, and forever. There is no past or future in Him. Eternity is secured in His hand. Therefore, your journey through this year and every other year is safeguarded in His hands too. This tells me that you can trust God. God is the one you can trust. God is the one you should rest on. God is the one you should rely on. When things seem bad, trust God. When things seem good, trust God. In whatever season of life you find yourself in, trust God. Cast your cares on Him. We are instructed to do so. 1 Peter 5 verse 7, "Casting all your cares, all your anxieties, all your worries and all your concerns once and for all on Him. For He cares about you with deepest affection and watches over you very carefully." Everything that is worrying you, stop holding on to it and give it to God. Give it to Him. Don't hold on to it. Give it to Him. Don't hold on to it. Give it to God. Go into your prayer corner and pour your heart out to Him. Find yourself a secret place and pour your heart out to God. Drive for an hour and park somewhere and pour your heart out to God. Cast all your cares unto Him. He will hear you. He will hear you. God will not tell anyone. It is between you and Him. If only you knew how much He loves you. If only you knew how much He cares for you. Trust God and not man. People change. Have you ever seen how people can just change on you so suddenly? But that is not God. God is a consistent God. He will never change up on you or backstab you. He will always be there for you. My brothers and sisters, these are two words that can take you throughout this life. Trust God. I don't know what you are facing today, what pain you are enduring this very moment. I just want to remind you to trust God. I don't know what you will experience in the future, and that's the truth. I don't know what the future holds for you, but what I do know is that you can trust in God. Trust Him with all your heart. Trust Him with all your soul. Trust Him with all your spirit. Give yourself over to Him utterly and completely. Isaiah 26 verse 3 and 4 says, Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on Thee, because he trusteth in Thee. Trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. Number 3. Worry is not of God. Worry and fear are good complements. Where one is, the other will definitely be present. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 says, For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. Worry is not of God. Jesus said that none of us can add a cubit to his or her height by taking thoughts. If worry cannot solve our problems, then it is not from God. God does not want us to worry, because worry is fruitless. In fact, worry only has negative consequences. Philippians 4 verse 6, Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. The word careful in this verse is merimnao in Greek, which means to be anxious. So we are to be anxious for nothing, because worry is not of God. If we must have any obsession at all, it must be for God and nothing else. God did not sustain you so that worry can have your heart. He did so that you can live freely for Him. As a matter of fact, worry rivals with God in our hearts. Worry is an idol that won't permit God to express Himself in you this year. So God does not want you to worry. Rather, cast all your cares on Him. Isaiah 43 verse 19, Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. God will make everything beautiful for you. All you have to do is trust in Him. If you know your God, you trust God, and you will do marvelous things. If you trust God only and you allow Him to direct your path, you will be amazed. People will look at you and wonder how you are able to have success in all you do. People will look at you and ask how you are able to stay outstanding. If you trust God only, you will be great. Don't look elsewhere. Focus on God alone. Let God be the captain of your life. Let God help you overcome everything that might want to make you a failure. Let God help you overcome everything that might want to make you just another human and not outstanding. Number 4, He has good plans for you. Psalm 35 verse 27 and 28. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yea, let them say continually, Let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness, and of thy praise all the day long. God has great delight in the prosperity of his people. The prosperity that God delights for us is all-encompassing. It leaves no aspect of our lives unattended to. You need to cultivate this consciousness that God has good plans for you. This year, let your mouth be full of praise to God. By this you will be able to dispel worries. Train your tongue to speak of the righteousness and praise of God. Confess His word concerning your life. The plans of God for you are written in His word. Therefore you don't need to worry. You just have to claim them. This year, don't give the devil any space in your heart for worries. No matter what comes your way, what God says about you supersedes the situation.